Welcome to another episode of Synth Icons on how to make that Skrillex bass sound. For this we'll use the legendary soft synth Lush 2.
All you need is a few notes.
We'll start off with a stripped out melodic line. Keep it extremely simple, because all the movement will be coming from the sound synthesis rather than the melody.
Your best friend, the LFO.
First thing that springs to mind when we say Skrillex is the organically sounding filter modulation using one or more LFOs. This is extremely easy to do with Lush 2, which has 8 SH101 layers, each with 4 oscillators and 2 LFOs per layer. Just make sure you have your resonance not all the way up. You're after some controlled dynamics, not necessarily the full-blown filter screaming. We are setting the filter resonance no higher than halfway up.
Another friend, Portamento.
Make sure you have extremely low and extremely high-pitched notes gliding slowly towards each other. Here, we also experiment with layers of oscillators. Again, Lush 2 is a dream to get the job done.
Lay your cake.
Here's where we are taking the most out of the massive synth Lush 2 really is. Lush 2 is a popular go-to synth for anything from ambient layers, as used by the likes of Aphex Twin, to razor-sharp bleeds and complex bass sounds. In essence, Lush 2, as we said, is 8 SH101 synths layered on top of each other. Just imagine how powerful this soft synth really is. We make sure our layers have their distinct place in the sound spectrum. One layer has a square oscillator as its main sound source. Another, the soul wave, of which we absolutely love the superwave version. The third one also has the soul wave centrally, but then with hard sync on, which makes a very edgy sound. We also added a sub-bass layer. We're now recording all layers separately in separate clips, which we will then arrange and cut up in Ableton's handy arranger view.
Cut the cake.
We'll now pick the best pieces from that recording. The result looks complicated, but really, all we're doing is make a so-called comp arrangement, very much as you would do when recording vocals. All we do is keep the parts we like and throw out the ones that are of no use to us.
Keep it tight.
As you can see, meanwhile, we have changed our track speed to 140 BPM, and we're now micro-editing the comp bass tracks to make it sync with the drums, especially the kick drum. With Ableton, you can easily export your audio as MIDI. We use this feature to export the complex LFO rhythms and use those MIDI hits in the drum. We also added a sidechain gate to chop some extra sounds and a voice taken from YouTube.
Use your breaks.
This is our last tip for today. Try to add rest points so that things don't get overly tiring to listen to. Ideally, you recorded a few downward portamento slides. These are ideal to add some rests. This technique will also add to the track's perception of virtuosity. And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this one. Be sure to check out Lush 2, the flagship soft synth by D16 Group. It's a crazy piece of software, but really easy to use. Don't miss out on it.
Peace out, my friends.